So someone sent me in my DM a Reddit post, and I just wanted to give my perspective on it. The person said, "This is flat out ridiculous, but what surprises me most is how it doesn't occur to you and so many others on this sub that maybe, just maybe, all the execs at Sony, the numerous agents at William Morris, RRBL, Jenny Slate, Alex Sachs, Megan Twohey, and the New York Times, Brandon Sklenar, Isabella Ferrer, Colleen Hoover, Clara Youb, there's more, but I'll stop now, know what happened and who is the problem. Instead, you trust the likes of Andy Signor, Sack Peter, Shasti, Flaw, Megan Kelly, and Candace Owens, none of whom had anything to do with the production and have no relationships with any of people actually involved in the dispute. Can anyone explain to me why all these people are out to get JB? I want to stop there and say that premise is why I think they're having a hard time understanding what's happening. Because they're thinking that the idea is these people are out to get JB. And I don't think any of these people care about JB. I don't think their motivation has anything to do with JB. But I'll stop there for a moment. So Blake Lively can steal the sequel to It Ends With Us? Do you really think that BL and or RR can recruit the New York Times, William Morris, the biggest agency in Hollywood, 104-year-old movie studios, Sony Studios, a federal judge, the Civil Rights Department in California, and who and whatever else, and get them all to conspire with her to steal the sequel? Or do you think a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist, the biggest pop star on the planet with a team the size of a small town, the CRD, the biggest agency in Hollywood, and all these other hugely successful people are all so naive that every single one of them would fall for a scam by BL and RR to steal the sequel to It Ends With Us? Or is it that JB and JH got called out for mistreating multiple women on their set of the movie that they still own to this very day because no one stole it, and instead of owning up to and resolving the mistakes they made like professionals, they retaliated? I say that it's hard to answer their question based off of their premise because I don't think their premise is accurate. Nobody's out to get JB. I don't think so. The only ones that I think are out to get JB are Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. I don't think any of the other people are out to get JB. So I don't think they recruited them. So here's what I will say. It's all about money, power, and access. So why would the New York Times choose to write a hit piece? Well, here's a suggestion. Harvey Weinstein was one of the biggest stories ever broken. It broke out Megan Twohey. She became a Pulitzer Prize winner for that. And one of her biggest sources was Leslie Sloan. And who is the PR person for Blake Lively? Leslie Sloan. So why would Megan Twohey turn a blind eye to a free offering of curated information? And she stated very clearly that all of the information she acquired was from Blake Lively's team. So it wasn't that she did any investigative work, but she said that they reviewed the thousands of documents that were given to them by Blake Lively and her team and felt like it was enough information that they didn't need to even contact Wayfarer until less than 24 hours before they were going to print this story. William Morris. I mean, Ari Emanuel said it himself, right? He is a ride or die for Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. Really just for Ryan Reynolds. And why? Moneymaker at that time. Not sure he's going to be a ride or die for him now, but he was then because he was a moneymaker. Sony Studios, also all they care about is the money. And I strongly believe that they came in with a very convincing pitch around maximum effort saying, hey, we're going to be able to market this really well. We're going to get butts in the seats. You don't have streaming money, so you need to hit it big in the box office. And we're going to do that by having Deadpool and Wolverine and this movie, It Ends With Us, kind of looking like they're fighting each other in the box office. It drives people to have like this desire to see both movies. It's going to be Barbenheimer 2.0. Federal judge, I don't think the federal judge is crooked. I know that there are people who think that. I don't think that. I think he's a very procedural judge that also does not want to give Blake Lively a chance to appeal this thing. So he's rather give her everything that she's asking for so that she can't go back and say, like, I didn't get everything I wanted. The California Rights Department did nothing wrong. She put in a complaint. They would have been willing to investigate it. She said no thank you. And when you say no thank you, you get a chance to request a right to sue, which they gave her. So there's no need for collusion there either. At the end of the day, Wayfarer and Justin Baldoni were the small fish in a big pond. Who did they think that Justin Baldoni would be able to fight off the Ryan Reynolds machine? Probably not. So they just hedged their bets on who they thought was going to win this thing. Also, the idea that Megan Twohey in the New York Times and Claire Ayub would have all this extra knowledge, they wouldn't. Not about this set. Megan Twohey and the New York Times were beholden to whatever version Blake Lively told them. And they hedged their bets. And I think they knew very much so that Van Zandt was included in this whole thing. Claire Ayub, I mean, she's a non-starter for me. She does not matter in this case whatsoever. So at the end of the day, I think the person posed it of like, well, why would everybody be after JB, or like, what do they have against JB or whatever? I think they posed that question because then of course it sounds ridiculous. But when you say it's not anything about JB, because I don't think it has anything to do with JB except for the gripe that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have with JB. But instead, it is about who do people attach themselves to when it comes to money, power, and access. And all of those folks, rightfully so, at that time, thought the safer bet was siding with Blake Lively because she has a powerful husband. And at that time, she was connected with Taylor Swift. She may still be, but we'll see. I don't think she's been around her publicly since October 2024. So who knows what their relationship is. At the end of the day, people bet wrong. They did. I mean, as I believe they did. And so I think that this person has this premise that we're trying to say that people are out to get Justin Baldoni. I don't think that any of these folks care about Justin Baldoni. They care about, how am I going to make money? What's going to be my next big break? How do I move forward in my own career? That's what's their motivation. Nothing. It's nothing about him. It's all pretty much selfish motivations about what gets them further in Hollywood.